Hello to all. My name is Samiksha Kodalkar. I am assistant professor in S&T College of Engineering, Yeola. I was taught the subject of basic electronics. In last video lecture, we see the FM demodulation. In this video lecture, we see the types of FM demodulators. In FM demodulation, there are two types: direct method and indirect method. In direct method, there are four types: slope detector, balance slope detector, Foster-Seeley phase discriminator, and fourth is ratio detector. In indirect method, the phase lock loop PLL is a type of demodulation. Firstly, we see the direct method. The basic FM demodulator. What is the demodulation process? Frequency variation input is given to the tune circuit. Output is amplitude variations. Note, amplitude variations are added to wave according to the frequency variations, and frequency variation remains present in a wave. The basic FM demodulator is the function of FM demodulator is to change the frequency deviation of the incoming carrier into an AF amplitude variation. The detection circuit should be insensitive to amplitude changes. The basic FM demodulator is this type of circuit convert the FM-IF voltage of constant amplitude into a voltage that is both FM and AM. The ladder is applied to a detector which reacts to amplitude changes and ignores frequency changes. The basic FM demodulator circuit is as shown in a slide. In this slide, firstly, the frequency which will be vary. In positive half cycle, the FM frequency modulation is frequency is large, and in negative half cycle, the frequency is frequently flow with respect to a carrier signal. The second waveform is amplitude modulation. In positive half cycle, amplitude of modulating signal is high, and in negative half cycle, the amplitude is of a modulating signal is low. As shown in a slide, the FM demodulator boasts AM and FM waveforms. In FM demodulator, the most basic circuit employed as a FM demodulator is parallel tune LC circuit, often known as a slope detector. The carrier frequency should fall on one side of a resonant frequency, and the entire frequency should fall on linear region of transfer curve of tune circuit. The slope detector, first type of frequency modulation is slope detector, is as shown in a slide. The FM source input is given to the circuit. The R1 is a resistor applied to the FM source. The output is inductance L1. The output is C1 capacitor C, 500 picofarad. Resistor consists of a 1 kilo ohm. Inductor is 1 millihenry. The inductor combination of inductor and capacitor is called as a tank circuit. The slope detector transfer characteristics are transfer curve frequency versus voltage, transfer curve time versus voltage output, and the input waveform is as shown in a slide. The slope detector transfer characteristics is the frequency will be vary accordance with the input signal. The main function of slope detector is the output is applied to a diode detector with RC load of a suitable time constant. The circuit is in fact identical to that of a AM detector. The limitations of slope detector is it is inefficient as it is linear in very limited frequency ranges. It reacts to an amplitude changes. It is relatively difficult to tune as a tune circuit must be tuned to a different frequency than carrier frequency. The frequency modulating signal is as shown in a slide. The FM detector output waveform and the FM waveform is as shown in a slide, where the waveform and the carrier signal is maximum frequency, and in negative cycle the frequency is a minimum frequency. This is the first type of frequency demodulation process, also called as a FM detector. In this video lecture, we see the detector, what is the type of detector, and after that, uh, demodulation process in FM demodulation. After that, we see the types of FM demodulation, and firstly, we see the first type is slope detector, which is the type of a FM demodulation. After that, we see the FM demodulation slope detector, how we get the output, how we get a graph on slope detector on a waveform, and also we see after that the limitations of a slope detector. Also we see that on a graph. After that, the second type is balanced slope detector, which we'll see in next video lecture. Thank you.